So I just saw the new Homestuck Pilot, and
Bert blunders into a mid-ass weapon for the rest of his damn life. Mid-ass.
Today, the 13th of April, 2009.
look, I know very little about Homestuck. My only knowledge of the series comes from the Sarah Z's video on it,
Oh no!
RPG Monger's video on it, and the infamous Spit Bucket video.
This is a bucket.
Dear God.
There's more.
No.
And how can I forget about the sharpie incident? I think I tried to play the webcomic, but I couldn't get past the first puzzle. You call it a skill issue? I call it preserving my sanity. I know what this series does to people, and unfortunately, this pilot did nothing to make me interested in the webcomic. Now, if you're a fan of the series and you like the pilot, or even if you're not a fan of the series and still like the pilot, more power to you. I totally see the appeal. But for me, this pilot is just things happening, then it ends, roll credits.
That's it? That was just a bunch of shit!
My favorite part of the pilot, however, is the simple webcomic style it has. It's a unique look, especially in comparison to the colorful, overly designed characters that are often synonymous with the indie animation genre. I like it. It makes the pilot stand out to me. The designs are mostly a bunch of white blobs, but they're distinct white blobs. I also like the gamified aspects of the world they're in, giving very Scott Pilgrim vs. the World vibes. And this fight scene does a good job showcasing how the world's mechanics, or magic system I guess, works. Where ordinary items are gamified, you have a weapon, and you have a limited inventory. It is a good transition from what I assume to be the gamified aspect of the webcomic into a show format. However, my main issue with this pilot is the writing.
The house is full of fucking cakes again.
Holy shit! For your dog shit collection?
Little fucking monsters!
That's too fucking basic. Fucking classic. Egbert,
I fucking love Hammer.
The fuck you say to me, you little
that's
shit?
about the whole point.
Oh no, Vivsy Pop is at it again. Quick, prepare the 100 fucking Vivsy Pop is bad video. Actually, according to the credits, Vivsy Pop was only an executive producer. So don't blame Vivsy Pop. Sky Henwood and Andrew Hussey are the writers of the pilot. I know Andrew Hussey. He's the guy who created the webcomic. He's the guy we can blame for all this mess. I get that these characters are like 13 and so they're not going to be the most mature people, but the way they act is so exhausting, especially John over here.
Okay, shut the fuck up. You're making me blow my stealth mission. My dad could be around any one of these corners with a fucking cake or another upsetting clown present. I can't be too careful.
Also, before some jackass makes fun of me for not bringing it up, yes, John is voiced by Toby Fox. Who's Toby Fox? Well, he's some guy who composed some of the music for the webcomic, including Megalovania. This is so uncanny listening to it now. Toby Fox did a good job voicing John. I think all the actors did a pretty good job with what they were given, especially the dad character. His performance brought me to tears. The characters themselves are fine, they're likable I guess, but none of them really interested me. I think the pilot should have just focused on 2 characters, then teased the other 2 characters, instead of highlighting all 4 characters. Because right now, all these characters just seem like simple archetypes to me. I was able to keep up with the pilot because I know a little bit of Homestuck. But if you're someone who knows absolutely nothing about Homestuck, you're probably going to think the story is about John trying to defeat his dad. Why did he fight his dad again? Don't get me wrong, the fight scene is the best part of the pilot, but it came out of nowhere. I feel bad for the dad. And of course, we get to the ending where we get to see a bunch of characters that we'll get to see later on. I'm sorry, but these are just a bunch of glop shitos. They're nothing but gray blobs to me. Guys, look! The characters from the source material are going to be in it. Please watch it. Also, where's the bucket? Where's the fucking bucket, Andrew Husky? I know it's vital to the Homestuck lore. You can't just not have it.
Someone cooked here.
So, that's my thoughts on the Homestuck Pilot. The animation is cool, the characters are sorta interesting, but as a whole, it didn't really excite me to watch the rest of the series or get into the Homestuck webcomics. Will I watch the next few episodes whenever they come out? Probably. But if they don't grab me, I'll probably just stop watching. But then again, did anyone ask for this? Now, I am not a Homestuck fan, so I'm only speculating here. But I feel like this cartoon came out way too late. Old Homestuck fans have probably outgrown the series long ago and move on to bigger and better things. And potentially new Homestuck fans are just going to be left really confused since none of them have read the original webcomic. Ignoring the source material and treating this pilot as its own thing, I don't think it does that good of a job enticing new potential fans. Hazbin Hotel Pilot. The story is about Charlie trying to redeem demons in hell within her hotel to solve the overpopulation problem. The Amazing Digital Circus Pilot. Pomni is trapped in a digital hell with other humans, ruled over by an AI, and she must adapt to her new environment and potentially find a way to escape. I don't want to be a magical girl pilot. Aika is a magical girl who wishes to have a normal life, but is constantly interrupted by bad guys and magical girl tropes. All these pilots are able to establish the characters as well as the core premise and plot of the show, making audience curious of what happens next and want to see more of it. What happens in the Homestuck Pilot? John wants to get the beta of a new game. Wow, I am at the edge of my seat. This is fun for a slice of life story, but this is Homestuck. Just look at the massive cast of characters we're going to see. I don't think this is an accurate representation of the webcomic. Or is it? Man, I should have done my research before writing the script. But that requires me to read Homestuck. So, regardless, the internet is going to be very interesting for the next few weeks.